Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Papa Q once again for the 4th day in a row. I'm very proud of myself, I know. And this is how to clear higher dungeon floors successfully and easily, because some people, they have a lot of trouble clearing higher floors, or they don't know who to run with. This video, I'll basically just teach you exactly how to be more successful in higher tiers of dungeon, and I'll show you some little tips and secrets that I use in my dungeons to make my experience a whole lot better, and to overall just make my dungeons a lot more fun. So yeah, stick around to the end if you want to see all of that I just listed. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So a lot of people get confused when it comes to clearing higher dungeon floors. A lot of people think that it's just their own ability and that they don't have good enough loot, even though they definitely do, and all their people just blame their teammates and they don't actually take into consideration what they're doing for the team. And basically, I'm just going to tell you exactly what you need to do to clear higher floors and get higher ratings, so you can get stuff like adaptive armor, or the Scarf Studies talisman, or something like that. It's really simple, actually. It's just, you need coordination, you need team coordination, and a perfect place to get coordinized and to find people who are good at the game is the Skyblock Z Discord. I will put a link to that Discord in the description and on screen here. It's so useful. You can go into the dungeon party chat and you can list your IGN, your class, and the floors that you want to do, and within minutes you can be partied and just do great in dungeons. You can get such good loot, you can make so much money very quick, and that's basically what I do for all of my dungeons when I'm not playing with my guild members, is I just go into that Discord chat and I find good players to play with. It's really simple. And yeah, the better coordination you have in dungeons, the better you're going to perform overall. So I just recommend getting the best team you possibly can together. And also, maybe you're just trying to get into dungeons to begin with, and you're having trouble because you're newer to the game, or you're just poor and you can't afford all of the super expensive items for all the classes. I believe that the cheapest class to go into dungeons with is either tank or archer, because the only really expensive part about tank is getting a pet, and if you're low budget, like let's say like 3 mil, I recommend just getting full ember armor with a magma cube pet. That's probably the tankiest you can be low end game. And also, if you want to rock archer class as well, you can do magma bow strat with like skeleton armor, like the skeleton master armor or something like that. I don't really know necessarily the cheaper side of dungeons, but those are just a few options if you want to get into dungeons as a newer player. But yeah, I don't recommend going into dungeons until you're at least combat like 25, because a lot of the mobs in there have a lot of health, and if you can't deal enough damage or you can't tank enough, then you're not going to be having a very good time in dungeons. So first, figure out what class you want, and then just grind the hell out of that class, get the best armor, everything you need in that class, and yeah, you should have a lot better time grinding out your dungeon floors with your friends or your guild. Now that you know what you need to get started doing dungeons, it's time to go into the higher floors. So if you want to do higher floors, of course you need coordination, and also if you're like a tank, you should stick around your mages, because mages and archers are very squishy most of the time, and sticking around them, especially when fighting lost adventurers and taking aggro, is a great idea, or else you're gonna lose a lot of skill rating once your mages or archers die to the lost adventurers, because they're too squishy. Especially the yellow room ones. In the higher levels, they have multi-millions of health, and they're just not a very good time to deal with. So definitely tanks, stick with your mages and your archers, because they're not tanky enough to deal with them on their own unless they know exactly what they're doing. Before going into the higher floors of dungeons, you should definitely familiarize yourself with the different floors of dungeons. So I'd say go into a few entrances or floor 1s and just learn all the rooms. Learn where the secrets are, learn where bosses and mobs spawn, learn where little secret rooms are, and like just overall explore the map, because the more map knowledge you have per dungeon, the more successful you'll be in the long run, as you'll have higher exploration, and with higher exploration you can get more S ranks, and with more S ranks you'll be making more money. So overall, it's just a good idea to learn what you're doing exactly before you hop into the harder spectrum. So So definitely don't be afraid to spend more time familiarizing yourself with rooms, because honestly, nobody really likes people who just, like, join in as a non-level 1 and then just die repeatedly, or they can't find any secrets, and basically just wear the team down. So, the more knowledge you'll have, the more fun you'll have, and the better loot you'll get, because the more you know about the dungeon. And also, like, if you're a newer player to dungeons, do not be afraid to ask your party mates, like, what exactly is going on, because I, of course, and a lot of other people, had a lot of trouble familiarizing themselves with dungeons when it first came out. So if you're still a newbie to dungeons and you still don't know exactly what you're doing, don't be afraid to ask people in your party what the hell is going on, because they were in the same position as you at one point, and if they're good enough teammates, I'm sure they'd like to help you out. So don't be afraid to open your mouth and ask questions. And also, if you're having troubles finding parties, and you don't really feel like talking to the people in the Skyblock Z Discord, you can always check out my Discord, because I'm always active in there, and if anyone wants to ever party up and do dungeons with me, or any of my friends, you can just go in there and, you know, just say something in general chat. I'll more than likely gladly join you in dungeons and help you out. So yeah, don't be afraid to open your mouth, and just don't be afraid to ask questions to other people if you're newer to the game. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say for this video. So yeah, that's basically all I had to say for this video. So if you enjoyed, make sure you comment, like, and smack the subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate the, 600 views on my second video, the Bonzo Staff tutorial. That made me feel really good to wake up to today. So yeah, let's see how good we can do this video. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving in the comments and with the likes. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate and love all of you. And yeah, sayonara, gamers.